Hello everyone. In this session, we are going to talk about the gauge. Gauge charts resemble the traditional speedometer gauges and are used to display a single values within a specified range. They are commonly employed to visualize the progress towards a target or to represent the performance metrics such as completion rates or satisfactory scores. Gauge charts provide a clear and concise way to convey the key metrics and the goals. So let's go to the Power BI screen and see how can we create these gauge charts. So I have the gauge chart over here. If I click on it, the shape of it is like a speedometer. So like speedometer tells us that what is the current speed that you are going in, what is the maximum speed that you can go on, or what is the available maximum speed. So in the similar way, gauge chart can be used to show what is the maximum amount of sales that you can achieve or you have to achieve in terms of meeting a target. So let's say if you're working in a company and they are giving you any specified target and you are meeting these targets at a smaller rate and you try to find out that how much you are lacking in achieving that target or how much are you ahead of meeting it. So in that case, you need to have a chart with you so that it can show you your current progress and it can also show you your goal. So for that, what I can do is I can use this gauge chart. In the gauge chart, I have few things over here with me. The first one is the value, the second one is the minimum value, and the third one is the maximum value. The fourth one is the target value. So let's say if you have done any kind of sales. So to see it, what I can do is I have the sales part over me with me. So I will drag and drop it in the values. Now you can see that the sales I have achieved is 12.64 million. By default, the target value over here or the maximum value over here would be shown as the double of the amount that we are looking at right now. So let's say if this value was 6, the maximum amount or the maximum value over here would have been 12. If it was 10 over here, the maximum value would have been 20 over here. So in the similar way, whatever value is showing over here right now, the maximum value would be double of it. So now let's say if your manager has given you this target of 15 million or whatever your sales has been right now into 1.25 times of it, what would you do in that case? So let's say I'm having a value and I want to keep it as the target value over here. So in that case, right now I'm not having any values with me. So what I'll do is I'll quickly try to create a new value. To create this new value, I will go in this home part. In the home tab, I have this new measure option. After clicking on it, a new window will open. So this small part over here, the name of the measure, I am trying to keep it as the target sales. And this target sales is 1.25 times of my sales data. So in the orders table, I have the sales with me. So I have to take the sum of sales, sum of this sales and close the bracket. So to create this measure, what I'm using is first I'm taking the sum of the sales, which basically is present in my orders table. And over here, I'm multiplying it with a factor 1.25. So this 12.64 would be multiplied by 1.25 and that I'm considering as my target value. And I have named this value as target sales over here. So as soon as I click on this check mark, a new measure would appear over here in my columns. And you can see over here, I am having this target sales and just ahead of it, I have this calculator icon, which means that it is a new measure that has been created. So I will just drag and drop it in this target values option. So I will just scroll down in this target value and I will drop it over here. So now you can see a new target value has been appeared over here. So this target value is 1.25 times of the sales that I have got right now. In the same way, what you can do is you can try to change these values. So right now, let's say if you don't want to keep this maximum value of the sales as just the double of this sales, what has happened right now. So in that case, again, I can click on new measure. Let's say this is the maximum value. And the maximum value, let's say I want to keep it as 1.75 times the sum of the sales. After doing this, a new measure would appear over here with by the name of maximum value. And this maximum value, what I can do is I can drag and drop it on this maximum value. So you can see the maximum value would also change. Now it has changed to 20.22.12 million. Also, you can see this value as now reflecting that it has achieved a bit more as it was showing in the center just ahead when the value was 24 point something. So in this way, you can try to modify the values on the gauge. Also, you can try to put any minimum values over here. Let's say this month has started, and in the first part only, let's say I collected over 1 million of sales. So in that part, what I can do is I can keep the value of 1 million in the minimum value, and it would be reflecting over here. So in a similar way, what you can do is you can give the company's targets to any employees. Let's say if you want them to make any sales of minimum of 2 million, so you can keep it in the minimum value. Then the target value, let's say if you want to give as 10 millions, so you can keep the value as 10 million over here. Then the maximum value that you want them to achieve can be 13, 14 million. So in that way they can easily identify that what is the particular target that I have achieved till now, and the overall year's target can then be easily met. And based on that, what you can do is you can try to create some appreciations or increments. So it would be easier for you to identify that which particular region or which particular employee has particularly crossed that mark. And this can be identified with this target values part. Now, if we come to the formatting part, over here, I have this gauge access part. So right now I'm having this minimum values option, maximum values option, and the target values option. I can change it from this part. So over here, right now I have set this maximum value and the target value by putting any measure. But if you like to put the minimum value over here, what you can do is you can try to create a minimum value from this part directly. So if you don't want to follow the part where I created the maximum value and the target value by clicking on the new measure, you can try to create these values itself inside this particular formatting part. Then I have this colors part where you can change the fill colors and the target colors. So let's say this fill color I have changed to green and the target color I have kept it as this red. So I can easily identify when it reached this mark. Again, I'll select this visual, go in the format your visual. Then I have this data labels option. So you can try to change the type of this data label, the font, the size if you want to make it bold. Then I have the target labels in which you can control the target labels font. Then I also have the call out values wherever you can try to change the font of this call out value, which is showing in between, which is 12.64 million right now. So in this way, you can format your visual and make it visually aesthetic and to follow your particular theme that you have created for your whole dashboard. So this was all for this session. In the next session, we'll be talking about the card visual. Thank you.